Hey Yankees fans, welcome to Yankees Rumors and News, your go-to spot for the latest buzz and updates about our team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a scoop. The New York Yankees find themselves at a critical juncture as the offseason unfolds, facing decisions that could define the trajectory of their rotation for years to come. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about the team's options, from the trade market to free agent signings. And the pressure on Brian Cashman to make the right move has never been higher. One name that has begun to surface quietly, but with increasing logic, is Cincinnati Reds left-hander Nick Lodolo. In a landscape where every rotation spot matters and every decision carries enormous financial and competitive implications, Lodolo presents a fascinating, if somewhat unconventional, opportunity for the Yankees, coming off the most productive season of his professional career. Lodolo has demonstrated the kind of strike-throwing ability and power pitching potential that fits the Yankees' needs almost too neatly. His fastball, slider, and curveball combination creates a profile of a frontline starter who misses bats consistently while maintaining an impressively low walk rate, particularly for a power left-hander working in a hitter-friendly environment like Great American Ballpark. Beyond the surface statistics, his underlying metrics suggest that he could easily rank among the league's more effective pitchers on a per-inning basis, which is precisely what the Yankees require as they look to stabilize a rotation that has experienced inconsistency and injury in recent seasons. The appeal of Lodolo extends beyond his on-field performance for the Yankees. Acquiring him would not only address a rotation gap, but also provide depth in a year where October positioning matters as much as any regular season game for the Reds. Trading Lodolo makes strategic sense as well. Cincinnati has pressing needs in terms of offensive upgrades, payroll flexibility, and the ability to manage long-term contracts. And New York is uniquely positioned to meet those demands without sacrificing the present competitiveness of the roster. The mechanics of a potential trade could see the Yankees parting with surplus position players or highly rated prospects, a price that, while significant, aligns with the franchise's historical willingness to make calculated gambles. These are moves that may carry risk. Lodolo's injury history cannot be ignored, but the upside, if the arm remains healthy and adapts to the challenges of Yankee Stadium, is substantial. A single transaction like this could elevate the team's ceiling in ways that ripple through playoff matchups, pitching depth, and even future free agent strategies. Of course, the trade market is only one side of the equation. On the other hand, the Yankees could pursue a blockbuster financial commitment in the form of Japanese pitching sensation Tatsuya Imai. Reports indicate that signing Imai could cost the organization in the neighborhood of $150 million, a sum that would inevitably test the team's payroll limits and potentially alter its flexibility in other areas. Imai, while immensely talented and increasingly polished, remains unproven at the major league level, which introduces a different kind of risk than acquiring a player like Lodolo. In this scenario, the Yankees must weigh the certainty of known quantities against the tantalizing promise of elite, untapped talent. Spending such a significant sum on a single player could either solve the rotation question immediately or constrain the team's ability to pursue other critical upgrades, creating a delicate balancing act that Cashman will need to navigate with precision. Meanwhile, the trade market itself presents its own challenges. Names like Freddie Peralta and Sandy Alcantara have been mentioned as potential targets, each representing a distinct strategic path. Peralta, following a dominant 2025 campaign, offers immediate ace-level production, a certainty in performance that the Yankees have historically valued. Alcantara, conversely, presents a buy-low opportunity, leveraging elite raw stuff and upside despite a down year that may have temporarily depressed his market value. Both options would come at a steep cost in terms of premium young talent, potentially involving formerly untouchable prospects such as Jason Dominguez, whose uneven season has now positioned him squarely within trade consideration. The decisions here are not merely tactical, they carry long-term implications. Choosing to invest in established talent versus betting on potential reshapes the rotation, not just for the upcoming season, but for the next several years, influencing contract strategies, postseason aspiration, and the overall competitive arc of the franchise. Amid all the high-profile chatter and blockbuster considerations, the Yankees have also made subtler moves that reflect the organization's ongoing philosophy of depth, preparedness, and strategic foresight. The recent signing of catcher Ali Sanchez to a minor league deal, for example, is unlikely to make headlines but represents a deliberate and thoughtful approach to roster management. Catcher is a uniquely volatile position, where injuries and slumps can dramatically alter the trajectory of a season. By stockpiling experienced, low-risk options like Sanchez, New York ensures that it has coverage at a position that often demands instant readiness and strategic handling of pitching staffs. Sanchez's resume, including stints with the Mets, Red Sox, and Blue Jays, speaks to his reliability and adaptability, qualities that make him valuable even without the fanfare of a marquee signing. For the Yankees, this is about maintaining insulation against uncertainty and fostering internal competition, a culture that has historically contributed to the team's consistent performance at the highest levels of baseball. Sanchez himself gains a platform to remain visible within a franchise that values competence, preparation, and the ability to perform under pressure. While he may not immediately challenge Austin Wells for the starting role, the opportunity to showcase defensive acumen, game-calling intelligence, and professional consistency is invaluable. The Yankees' approach in this regard highlights a broader organizational mindset. Success is not only built on big-name acquisitions and headline-grabbing trades but also on strategic depth, internal competition, and the careful orchestration of a roster capable of weathering the inevitable adversities of a long season. This philosophy mirrors the decisions being weighed in the rotation, whether the team ultimately trades for Lodolo, pursues Peralta or Alcantara, or invests heavily in MI. Each pathway carries risk and reward, requiring careful analysis, forecasting, and a willingness to act decisively under the pressure of high stakes. Ultimately, the New York Yankees are positioned at a crossroads that combines financial, competitive, and strategic pressures in a manner rarely seen in professional sports. The decision between trading for a controllable, high-upside arm like Nick Lodolo, committing $150 million to a promising but untested talent like Tatsuya Imai, or maneuvering through the trade market for elite established starters, embodies the complexity of building a modern baseball team capable of sustained success. Beyond the headline-grabbing possibilities, the organization is simultaneously refining depth at crucial positions, as seen with the acquisition of Ali Sanchez, and preparing for contingencies that may arise throughout the season. Every move, every dollar spent, every prospect traded will reverberate through the clubhouse, the pitching rotation, and ultimately the team's pursuit of another championship run. The stakes could not be higher, and the decisions being made in the coming weeks will shape the Yankees' competitive landscape for years, influencing not only 2026, but potentially an entire era of the franchise's history. If you're enjoying the updates, drop a like and let us know in the comments your thoughts on this rumor. The New York Yankees, a team synonymous with history, glamour, and the relentless pursuit of championships, appear to be facing a potential shockwave that could rattle the foundations of their roster and fanbase alike. Rumors have been swirling for days, but recent whispers from sources close to the organization suggest that one of their most formidable power hitters, Giancarlo Stanton, could be preparing to exit the team. The thought alone is sending tremors through the baseball world, sparking debates, disbelief, and a mixture of curiosity and concern among fans who have long relied on Stanton's explosive presence in the lineup for years. Stanton has been a cornerstone of the Yankees' offensive arsenal, his towering home runs and intimidating bat speed creating fear and awe across American League ballparks. His departure, if confirmed, would not merely be a transactional move. It would represent a seismic shift in the team's strategy, culture, and the very identity that has defined the Yankees in recent seasons. Imagine the Yankees dugout without the towering figure of Stanton, the stadium crowd awaiting his signature swing, and the opposing pitchers calculating how to approach a man capable of changing a game with a single strike. That scenario, once almost unthinkable, now feels increasingly plausible as sources hint at behind-the-scenes negotiations and strategic realignments that could ultimately lead Stanton to consider opportunities elsewhere. For months, there has been speculation about Stanton's future, fueled by his own candid comments in interviews and subtle movements within the Yankees' front office. While the team has consistently touted their commitment to building a competitive roster, insiders suggest that internal discussions regarding budget, long-term contract implications, and roster flexibility have been intensifying. The Yankees, known for their willingness to make bold, headline-grabbing moves, may be contemplating a recalibration of their team composition. Stanton, with his history of injuries, age considerations, and the staggering financial commitment attached to his contract, reportedly sits at the center of these deliberations. It is easy to envision the tension in the management meetings, executives poring over spreadsheets, considering the trade value of a player who, despite challenges, remains one of the most feared sluggers in the league. For Stanton, the potential exit is not just a question of money or team strategy. It is also about his legacy, his place in baseball history, and how he envisions the final chapters of a career that has been defined by power, perseverance, and occasional controversy. Rumors suggest that he has been in dialogue with agents, potential suitors, and even former teammates, weighing options that could see him moving to a team where his impact would be equally, if not more, pronounced, while allowing him to extend his prime years in a competitive environment. The emotional weight of Stanton's possible departure cannot be overstated. Yankees fans are notoriously passionate, and the thought of losing a player who has consistently delivered dramatic moments of brilliance is almost unbearable for some. Social media is already alight with speculation, hypothetical trade scenarios, and heated debates about the wisdom of letting such a star go. Analysts are weighing the potential domino effect, how his absence could shift the balance of power in the American League, how emerging prospects might be thrust into the spotlight, and whether the Yankees would be forced to adopt a more conservative, pitching-focused approach in the aftermath. The ripple effects extend beyond the field, to merchandise sales, ticket demand, and the broader brand perception of the Yankees could all experience subtle yet measurable impacts. Should Stanton leave, even casual fans who may not follow every box score understand the cultural significance of a player of his caliber leaving a team as storied as New York. It is the kind of scenario that sports commentators live for, blending drama, uncertainty, and the perpetual question of what happens next in a way that keeps audiences riveted. Inside sources, speaking on condition of anonymity, have painted a picture of a clubhouse that is quietly bracing itself for change. Teammates reportedly respect Stanton not just for his athletic prowess, but for his presence in the locker room, the mentorship he provides the younger players, and the aura he brings to the dugout. The potential void he would leave is about more than just home runs. It is about leadership, experience, and the intangible qualities that define team chemistry. Conversations hint at a mix of sadness and pragmatism among players who recognize the business realities of modern baseball, but cannot help feeling the weight of a possible farewell. Fans, too, are grappling with a mixture of hope and anxiety, imagining a Yankees lineup that would need to reinvent itself in the absence of a slugger who has consistently commanded respect from pitchers, opponents, and fans alike. The mere speculation of Stanton's exit has inspired countless what-if scenarios, ranging from blockbuster trades involving multiple star players to unexpected free agent signings that could reshape the landscape of Major League Baseball in unforeseen ways. Financial considerations are central to the unfolding saga. Giancarlo Stanton's contract is monumental, reflecting his elite status in the league, but also posing significant challenges for a team navigating the intricate balance of payroll, luxury tax considerations, and long-term competitive planning. Analysts suggest that moving Stanton, while emotionally difficult, could offer the Yankees flexibility to pursue a combination of emerging talent and established stars, effectively recalibrating their roster to align with strategic goals that prioritize sustainability as much as immediate success. On the other hand, the optics of trading or releasing a player of Stanton's stature could provoke backlash from fans and media alike, creating a delicate tension between pragmatism and perception. Negotiations, if they are indeed occurring, are likely complex, multifaceted, and highly confidential, involving layers of front office decision-making, agent input, and potential team-to-team conversations that remain shrouded in mystery. Every rumor that leaks only adds fuel to the fire, amplifying both excitement and anxiety in equal measure. Speculation also surrounds potential landing spots should Stanton depart. Rumors point to teams hungry for a transformative power hitter, franchises eager to make a statement, and markets that could benefit from the charisma, media attention, and sheer game-changing ability that he brings. Hypothetical trades suggest the Yankees might prioritize multiple high-value prospects, future draft picks, or complementary veterans to balance the scales. Yet the specifics remain tantalizingly elusive. Baseball insiders delight in pondering the Permutations from blockbuster exchanges that could redefine divisions to quieter, strategic moves that provide immediate relief while setting the stage for long-term competitiveness for Stanton. The decision, if it comes, will be about more than just statistics. It will reflect his desire to compete at the highest level, secure his legacy, and embrace a challenge that aligns with both personal and professional goals. The human element of this story is equally compelling. Stanton, a player whose name is synonymous with towering home runs and dramatic highlights, is also navigating the realities of a career that is increasingly measured not just in performance, but in longevity, health, and opportunity. Sources hint at private reflections, conversations with family, and quiet deliberations about where he can make the most impact in the next phase of his career. It is a deeply personal journey, one that intersects with the business imperatives of professional sports and the expectations of a fan base that often struggles to separate emotion from pragmatism. Every rumor, every leak, every speculation piece becomes part of a broader narrative, one that balances hope, anticipation, and a touch of trepidation. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with every Yankees rumor and news. See you in the next video.